Hi everyone, I'm Becky.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're doing Bickering Book Reviews. Today we are talking about Courting Darkness by Robin LaFevers, which I got from NetGalley.
So here's what happened. I requested it on NetGalley, and then after I requested on NetGalley, I went over to Edelweiss, and basically I got it on both platforms.
Oh. See, I don't have good luck with this public because I think this is at the... No, it's Random House. I'm automatically approved on. That's why I got it. Never mind. So this book is about Sibella. Sibella is the trained assassin of Saint Mortaine. She is the servant of death who has been assigned to protect the Duchess of Brittany. Sibella will accompany the Duchess on her journey to France to marry the king and become the Queen of France. Sibella knows that there are vipers in the French court, and she will do whatever it takes to protect her Duchess. Genevieve has been an undercover for Saint Mortaine for years. However, when tragedy strikes and the rules from the convent change, she must do whatever it takes to survive. Genevieve, with the help of a prisoner she liberates, will go on a journey to the French court to try to save herself and her beloved convent. Kind of, that's what happens. So there's two parallel stories. One is Sibella, one is Genevieve, and this is like what's going on. So I liked his Fair Assassin books.
I guess, according to Becky, I've read the first one. I didn't even remember that I did.
According to Goodreads, you've read the first one.
And so I definitely didn't finish the first series, and that's not to say that it's bad or good, because I don't remember even reading it, so I don't know.
So we actually liked different parts of this. I liked the Sibella aspect, with her being with the Duchess and going to the French court and all that.
It was just too much. There were just too many names and too much strategy, and I feel like you were saying that the last book of the other series,
yes,
the last book has Sibella's
I think it was
perspective.
I think it was the third one.
So I'm assuming that's kind of developing kind of the background and these names and kind of what they keep referring to in this book, that I felt like I was missing so much more of Sibella's story, that I felt like she had already kind of grown to a point, and it felt more like Genevieve's story was just starting with this book, and she was just growing in this book.
See, and to me, Genevieve was boring, because I felt like there were just chapters and chapters and chapters of her talking about what she wanted to do without actually doing anything.
See, and I was super interested not only in how she was kind of honing her craft, but I wanted to learn more about the prisoner that she found.
So that was
Ovalet. Who is he? What's going on? And I may have known more about him, perhaps, if I had read the other series.
No, he's a peripherally barely mentioned. But that was the thing. Genevieve, to me, got interesting once she and the prisoner Marauder got out and started their journey. But that's halfway through the book. The first 50% of the book with Genevieve, I flipped through that stuff because I was like, eh.
No, I liked the interactions between the two.
See, I just found her narrative voice so boring.
And I thought it was interesting kind of what was going on around her, with Margot, the other assassin, and kind of it was more emotional, romantic kind of entanglements going on with Genevieve than it was. Sibella was more the political kind of intellectual strategy.
Well, and that was every time they talked about something about the Duchess, I was reading, instead of reading the Genevieve parts, I would flip and look online and try to find more information about Brittany and France, and that's all very accurate apparently.
See, and I was wondering that, and because there was a lot of detail with that,
right?
And for whatever reason, I thought Brittany was Britain, but it isn't.
Brittany, and I believe it's still a province, so that's part of France.
Oh,
yeah.
See, well, and that's the other thing. I wasn't. I don't know, in the mindset to look further, to look it up. I feel like if you're going to read a book, there should be enough information in the book that you don't need to go out and learn more information in order to fully understand the book.
I think for this book, it's what are you looking for? Because to me, I think there is enough information. But I said this to you too. I recently read an article written by a teen that was talking about how YA books have been taken over by adults and that they're no longer for teens. And this feels like an adult book.
It does feel like an adult book. I can agree with that.
Even though the characters are young, it feels very much like an adult book. I'm reading it and I'm it is well written.
Oh yeah, completely. It's well written. The characters are developed.
Settings are well done. But to me, it feels like it should be with the Philippa Gregory books instead of in the teen room.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
could appreciate the writing. I could appreciate kind of everything that went into it. It just I don't know. It felt like a book in the middle of a series to me, and so it was really hard for me to connect to the story. And I really just don't typically get into political intrigue, so that was another thing that was very kind of hard for me to connect to.
Yeah. So we should rate it.
Okay.
Our rating system starts at the top with 5 unicorns. We go down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse. Where are you?
I'm at 3 unicorns. I will recommend this to kind of...
It's like for an adult, though.
Yeah, I guess more for an adult or
Yeah.
for like those high-level readers. You know what I mean?
And I'm at a 3, too, because like I said, I really enjoyed Sabella, and I didn't enjoy Genevieve, so it kind of evened out.
It's funny that we like the
I kind of, because you had told me that you liked one narrative better than the other one, and I was reading it, and I'm like, oh, it's so obvious. Then I'm like, I bet you she was the other way.
Yeah, I was definitely the other one.
Okay, so that is where we are on Courting Darkness by Robin LaFevers.
All right, see you around.
Bye.